Hello all. So we are all here for one more experiment. That experiment is write an assembly level program, assembly language program to find out the number of zeros and ones in a 32-bit data. Okay, in a 32-bit data. This is what the aim of the experiment, right? So that means you are supposed to find out how many zeros and ones are there in a 32-bit data. So before starting with that, first and foremost thing we should understand what do you mean by 32-bit data, right? 32-bit data is nothing but a array of data, which is nothing but an array of data. So it starts from 0 and which ends at 31, right? So how many total bits will be there? There will be 32 bits will be there in this data set. That means it is 32 bits data. Correct? So in this data set, we need to find out how many zeros are there because we are counting for binary. So we should check how many zeros and ones are there in a given particular set of data. Okay, in a given particular set of data, we should check it. Right. So that's what the aim of our experiment. Right. So before going with this, first and foremost thing we should know that the algorithm for this program is that first and foremost thing you are supposed to load the data into the register. Okay, the data into the register. This is what the first step, right? So that means what you are supposed to load the data into the one register. Second one, what you are supposed to do, you should rotate the data. Okay. So for example, we'll take it as LSR, logical shift right. Okay. So if I rotate the data, for what will happen? Okay. So if I rotate it, the data, whatever the LSB is there, if I am using LSR, will come and sit where? It will come and sit in the carry bit. So it means what? Whenever it sits in the carry bit, one logic is that you are supposed to check the carry. Next, if the carry is 0, that means what? The particular bit is 0. If the carry is 1, then the particular bit is 1. Particular LSB is 1. Okay. Like this, we are supposed to do how many times? We are supposed to do 31 times. So we are supposed to keep a counter of 31, which is nothing but 1F. So this 1F is a counter. Correct? So this we have to keep it so as to make sure that the data can be moved for 31 times, because there is a 31 data set is there, and we have to check each bit whether it is 0 or not. So first I have moved, so this LS will come and sit here. Second, I need to move the second bit, third bit, like this. I should move every bit. So for that I should keep a counter. For that I should keep a counter of 31. So what will happen? Each bit will come and sit in the carry, and in the carry I can read whether it is 0 or not. Then thereby I can have two registers. Okay, one for example I will take it as R4, and second one I will take it as R5. Two registers, right? One I need to keep it for zeros, and second register I should keep a counter for ones, right? Whenever this carry is 0, that means whenever this LSB moves to the carry, and if I find out that carry is 0, the particular R4 gets incremented. Suppose if this bit is 1, okay, and that moves to the carry, and now the carry is 1, okay, so that means what? The particular R5 gets incremented. So by this we can come to know that based on the number of R4 and R5, we can come to know that how many zeros and ones are there in a particular 32-bit data. Correct? So this is what the algorithm to find out zeros and ones in a 32-bit data. The one problem that comes over here is that we cannot read carry directly. For that, what we should do? We should have a special instructions. Okay, why we should have special instructions? Because the carry normally is stored where? Carry is normally stored in application program status register. In short, it is called as what? APSR. Application program status register. The carry is stored over here at the 29th bit. Because this APSR is again what? It is 32-bit data. 32-bit register. Okay, so if I consider this one as this itself as APSR register, then I can find out that at the 29th bit at the 29th bit I will be having a carry position. 28, 29, 30 and then 31. So at the 29th bit you will be having carry, correct? Okay, rest all we are not at all interested. From 0 till 27th bit we are not at all interested, but we are interested in only 29th bit of APSR register, which is a carry. Suppose if the 29th bit is 1, suppose if it is 1, that means what, the carry is 1. By chance if it is 0, that means what, the carry is 0. So we have to read APSR register, which is 32-bit register. If I, by that we will come to know what is the answer. Okay. To read this APSR register, I cannot read directly. I need to have instruction called as MSR. MSR. This is a special instruction used to read the special instruction registers. Okay, like MSR. So this, whenever I do it, what will happen? The data of APSR register gets copied down to one register set. Correct? So this is the program that we have it. So similarly we have area, then code and read only, then we have export, and this is anyway main. So those who have seen the previous programs and all, okay, they might be knowing what does first 3 lines mean. First 3 lines mean, right? So the very first instruction means what? I am just putting the data into the register R1. So I am just putting the data into the register R1. So from this data I need to know how many zeros and ones are there. So second register is a counter register. As I told you, I need to keep a counter of 31. So I have kept it 1 here. Then I need to have two registers R3 and R4. This R3 is to count ones, how many ones are there. Then this R4 is to count how many zeros are there. Right? So first one, what I will do, I will just take the data R1 and then left logical shift right. By how many times? This will give you 1. That means what? I am shifting the content of R1 by 1 towards the right. Okay. So when I move this bit will come and sit where? This bit will come and sit in carry. This bit will come and sit in carry. Now what will happen? Whenever okay, now I need to read carry bit. So what is that I should do? I should use MRS instruction. Okay. And then what will happen if I execute this? The content of APSR will come and sit where? It will come and sit in R5. Now R5 will be having the content of APSR. The point is that if the content of APSR is this, that is 6000 followed by 4 zeros, that is 6 followed by 7 zeros, it means that the carry has got generated. It means what? The carry has got generated. If not, there is no carry. So next one, what I am doing is I will just moving the content of APSR into R5. Next I am checking whether the content of R5 is this or not. 6 followed by 7 zeros. Okay. If the APSR content is this, if the APSR content is 6 followed by 7 zeros, that means what? It has generated a carry or else no. So whenever I am just copying it in R5, so next I will compare this R5 with this, the 6 followed by 7 zeros. Okay. Then I will check branch if not equal. That means what? I am checking whether R5 is equal to this or not. Okay. That means carry has got generated or not. If they are not equal, that means carry has not got generated. So just come down over here. Okay, then increment R4, because I know that if the carry has not got generated, then the particular bit is what? 0. Correct? If they are equal, that means carry has got generated. Then what you are supposed to do? You are supposed to increment R3. Okay. Then I should include one more instruction called as branch to loop, because if I do not include this instruction, what will happen? The program counter increments this also and this one also. So what I have to do? So branch to loop. So it will come down over here. Then I should decrement the counter by 1. I should decrement the counter by 1. Then I should check whether my counter has become 0 or not. Okay. If it is not 0, again come back and start executing this. If it is 0, then end the program. Correct? So this is how we count the number of zeros and ones in a program in a given data set. Okay, so this is the one logic that I have developed to count the number of zeros and ones. Okay, I encourage every students who are watching this, develop a logic just to count the number of zeros and ones in a given data set. Okay, so thank you for listening. Okay, in the next video we will cover the other part of the laboratory programs. Thank you.